Another thing that you mentioned in your video, which is absolutely true, is the prying into people's lives. Like the
Yeah.
confessional and counseling was a big deal. And if you got in trouble, like you would have to go to counseling, which would be like a confessional, and they'd want to know details, man, top to bottom. Brother Vineyard is really big into this. He wanted to know, like if you're a guy or gal, you got in trouble together, um, where'd you meet up? How many times? I mean, very graphic details.
And he wanted to. Why did he want to know that? Was it just to keep control over people and to use it as a weapon, ammo against them later? Or what do you think?
Well, one of the things that I'm interested in is the behavior of people. And so if there's ever a documentary that comes out on cults, I'm watching it.
Hmm.
I'm watching one right now on it's on Netflix. It's on Adolf Hitler, and very interesting. Just the psyche of the German people as a whole,
Yeah.
because they are a body of people. And the Bible does refer to people groups as, let's say, like the soul of the people. And even churches in the Book of Revelation, they have their own um, soul, in a sense that the Lord is judging them corporately for their behavior. So the group has its own psyche. While in a high control environment, um, in the world, for instance, if you're going to be in skull and crossbones,
Hmm.
part of your initiation is that you're going to lay naked in a coffin, and then you tell them every sexual exploit that you have ever done in your
Mm.
life. That's
Mm.
that's how you're in. Roman Catholic Church does the same thing.
Yeah.
That's what the confessional booth is for.
Uh huh.
Is your priest knows all the details about your life.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Epstein Island, right?
Yeah.
If you're in the throngs of government and they not got something on you, there is that power over your life.
Yeah. So if they can get all the dirt on you and the details on you, they can manipulate you and control you, and use it against you. And so you're saying that that's what the Catholic Church did, and that's what these preachers were doing when they wanted to pry into all these dirty details of things that you've done.
Yes. And I think the reason why you should not do that, for one, if someone comes to my office and they messed up, I don't need to know the details of their sin, because now I have, like, pornography going on in my mind, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to know. Just blanket say, okay, let's try to
Hmm.
pick up the pieces and go from here.
Yeah.
Um, but you start dabbling in other people's lives, and I think, as Paul would call it, the Apostle Paul would call it that, or Peter, that you're lord over God's heritage. You're taking, you're inserting yourself into people's life. Um, there's a damage not only done to them, but it is going to turn around and bite you back. I did have an experience too. So again, I'm unsafe. I didn't get caught for too many rules that I broke. I did get caught a few times.
Hmm.
One of them was on my senior trip, and I was dating this girl, and so we kissed
Hmm.
on our senior trip. And one of my fellow classmates blew me in because it's kind of like you're in a concentration camp, man. The worst people in the concentration camp were like the Jews that oversaw other Jews. If you read about that,
Hmm.
I don't think it's their fault, but they fell into that psyche for a place in that environment, and that's how you get ahead. Um, so here's what happened, after meetings. So it's right. I already had taken all my finals for my school,
Hmm.
and here's what was done. So graduation was going to take place. I got relatives flying in from New York. I've got friends of the family flying in to watch Jack graduate from school. And I had to, and she had to go to the graduation service, and there was a spot reserved for Jack Young right next to the seniors, no road.
Hmm.
Spot reserved for her, other end of the pew. All of the people graduating were between us in my class. I think there was 14 in my graduating class. And so the whole thing was for maximum humiliation
Hmm.
of her and I. So they all walked. I was told, you will get your diploma. Again, I already earned it. I already took everything. at the end of the summer, after you write a book report on every book in the Bible. So they at least got me controlled to the end of summer, right?
Oh boy.
Um, and then, I go to the end of summer, and that fall, I ended up I went to Hiles Anderson. But, and that was kind of like, that was kind of like the exit. If you grew up in that era, a lot of kids grew up this way, is like the only option for you. If if you're right with God this year, pick out what Bible college you want to go to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm like, I got to get out of here. I'm going to Hiles. I knew people that were going there. I had friends there, and my two roommates were friends that I'd grown up with, and so I'm like, I'm going to Hiles, whatever. So yeah, I go into the school to get my diploma, and one of the girls that was a student there. Again, I don't hold this against her. But she goes, "Oh, Jack, you're finally getting your diploma." So that right, shame, humiliation, um, and go off to Hiles Anderson. And so the kids that graduated with me, nonstop, talk about this and try to deal with this type of environment in their mind. Some people couldn't handle it. For instance, I had a good friend deep into the church, his family was. His older brother got in trouble for holding hands with a girl,
Yeah.
was publicly humiliated, and killed himself.
Oh
And
my.
my friend had a sorrow and a deep, you know, you know, just a heaviness about him the whole time I knew him that I didn't even understand, as a teenager. And then, sometimes people just go off the rails, off the deep end, that type of thing.